Hi there, my name is Tafsir. I'm a fifth year medical student at UCL and I'm also the head of the academics and innovations team at MAR.
Hi, my name is Yasmin. I'm a final year medical student at UCL. I'm doing a master's in computer science this year, so I've taken a pause from medical school. And I was the project lead of Journey MAR in 2018 and the project manager in 2019.
Okay, to start off with, let's talk about MAR. So MAR is a global maternal health charity that is a grassroots and student-founded charity that works in rural Bangladesh and in developing countries. The reason why we've come about is because maternal deaths and the global maternal health scene is in a crisis scenario right now. 90% of all maternal deaths are preventable, and 99% of maternal deaths occur in developing countries. And we think that, and to be honest, the whole world thinks that that's an injustice. So what MAR do is work in the UK with a team of about 70. We fundraise, raise awareness for global maternal health, and use key figures in the academic field here to try and come up with solutions for the problems in maternal health in Bangladesh. And what we have in Bangladesh is a team of 50 medical students and doctors who are ready and able to implement those solutions.
So now I'll talk to you a little bit about what Journey MAR involves. So this is the annual project where we take UK students and fly them over to Bangladesh to collaborate with the Bangladesh team to provide free maternal health camps for women in 3 different rural villages in Bangladesh. So what these health camps involve are maternal checkups, so we check things like their blood pressure, their blood glucose, and their urine as well for signs of infection. The women then have an opportunity to speak to a doctor. And often, for many of them, this is the first time they've ever had any contact with a medical professional during their pregnancy. And after that consultation, they get to also receive free medication for the duration of their pregnancy. And this is happening in rural villages, so it's really, really important, the work that we're doing, to be able to provide this care for women who otherwise would not be able to receive any care at such a critical point in their life.
And the unique part to our maternal health camps is the fact that we have an education seminar right at the end, and that ties into MAR's ethos of preventative medicine and basically caring for an entire generation. Because if you can empower one mother to implement changes and an awareness of pregnancy, then you can kind of reach out to her daughter or her sisters and an entire generation in general there. So what we do at the end of those educational seminars actually is carry out a health questionnaire. First of all, finding out about their pregnancy history and their experience of pregnancy in Bangladesh. And that's in order to identify the barriers that these mothers have to accessing care that we theorize here, but we need to find out, is that true in practice over there? And as well as that, we've tried and find out how much our education seminars are useful and effective in carrying out almost a behaviour change or an awareness of, for example, red flag symptoms during pregnancy, so that these mothers can move on to act on those issues without having people constantly there in that scenario, because that's not always the case.
This information is really, really important for the work that MAR is doing. We want to practice evidence-based healthcare, and that's of course what the NHS advocates always. So for us, that involves these questionnaires that we spread to the women to collect that data, produce reports, so then we can actually tailor our future work to build upon the work that we've already done and to actually improve that going forwards. So there are many, many exciting future projects that MAR is currently planning. Tafsir, would you like to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so as Yasmin mentioned, as part of the academics team, what we do is get the data from Bangladesh and bring it back to the UK and analyse it, go through the key barriers to access. And obviously one of the main barriers here is actually accessing healthcare when it's needed. Therefore, what we've done in the past few years by gathering that data is try and come up with an innovative solution that we can implement in Bangladesh right now. And the thing that we're looking at right now is to implement a primary healthcare model for maternal healthcare in rural villages in Bangladesh. And that coincides, and that's actually moved forward with the fact that we're carrying out a pilot project in Moli Bazar, in a village in Bangladesh, where we're having loads of different, so we're having the MAR Bangladesh team work to carry out these checkups on a more regular basis, as well as including women's groups and specialist doctors that are easily accessible because they're employed by MAR. And what ties this entire healthcare model together is the MAR Connect app. And what that is, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So this is an example of why actual technological innovation and development is really, really important in healthcare, especially in countries like Bangladesh. So what MAR is building is something called the MAR Connect app. Now what this app tries to do is actually streamline the process of data gathering and make the actual the process of getting information from the mothers when they come in much faster, much easier. So the whole process is much more efficient and streamlined to enable us to gather more data and also to make it more easy for the mothers to access their data should they wish, and then going forwards for their continuity of care, of having their health records there. So the app is a platform to collect the vital information, to collect the questionnaire information, and that enables much easier transmission between Bangladesh and the UK as well. And now, of course, when data is already digitised and not in the form of questionnaires, it's much easier to analyse as well, to actually process that data, spot patterns and clustering, to be able to then tailor our future work according to what the problems are and what factors that we identify that perhaps we weren't even anticipating identifying.
Yeah, and one of the key features of the app and the model is the fact that the actual health data that is input is automatically analysed and then flagged up on the system if there's things going wrong, so that that mother can be referred there and then through our system to see a doctor immediately, and then to potentially escalate that to secondary and tertiary care services, which is, I think, pivotal to reducing maternal mortality rates in, especially right now, Bangladesh.
So this is why learning about data science and the implications of data science in both the UK and in global healthcare is really, really important. Collecting data and being able to spot patterns in populations that are very different to the populations that we're dealing with here is critical in providing the best healthcare possible and achieving the best possible outcomes.
So if you want to find out more about MAR and the work that we do and the data that we've collected, please do visit our website where you can find our reports and all the fundraising efforts that we've been carrying out.
And I just want to end on a really important point. So this is a pivotal moment in time where technology is shaping the world around us. And we have the opportunity to learn more about the implications of data and how to use it best to actually change the face of healthcare across the globe.
Thank you for listening to us.